Hey, everybody, this is Dr. James back in Wall Street live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is absolutely gorgeous, but Wall Street
Yeah.
sucks. Wall Street, let me say that again. Wall Street sucks. You know what it sucks? It sucks all the money out of my pocket.
Yes. That's what sucks means.
It's a sucking sound on Wall Street.
Imagine how many billions of dollars just wiped out today.
Oh, I can imagine because it's, I think, one of the worst days in terms of total dollars lost for me ever. Not percentage wise, but actual dollars.
Right.
Disaster. I mean, besides my Bitcoin, I got creamed on everything today. Nothing up.
Yeah, nothing up.
All right, let's take a look at SPY. And Spike wants NVIDIA. We'll look at that.
Yeah. Is it worth getting back in at any point?
You sure, but when they all go down, they all go down, no exceptions.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got to wait, like Kamal said, 3-day rule. You give it 3 days, maybe the dust will settle in the Middle East, hopefully. And I think that's weighing on heavily on the market.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
It's hard to ignore that stuff.
I mean,
World War III and all.
usually the geopolitical concerns are overblown. Let's hope it's the same today. Now,
I think it's way overblown.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, so let's get to the charts.
Just on a side note, I think tomorrow it's going to be another down day.
Well, the momentum seems to be indicating that.
Probably. Maybe we're having that 10% correction that everyone's been waiting for.
Right. Exactly. Something had to cause it.
Maybe it's now. Maybe it's not. Let's take a look at
Maybe
SPY. SPY first. Sava was a disaster today. They canceled the warrant and it collapsed. SPY is down below my targets. Don't like that. Looks pretty yucky.
What a day, huh?
Well, it's true to the new channel.
It's new trend. The new trend, right?
Really, really yucky. The line that I drew right here, it even crossed that. So now we got to look at this line, and that's exactly where it stopped. Let me draw this in. We're at support of a great deal of support here.
Yeah.
Look at all the touches. Tremendous. So this 504 area looks very likely that could be it. Maybe we bounce tomorrow. Come on, the spike. The 3-day rule maybe play here though. Maybe it goes all the way down to the 100 at 489. That's possible too. Let me draw that in.
Well, you have a line at 497, which is I don't know if that's there as a phantom or if that's meaningful.
I don't know what that's from.
Okay, so you're dumping it. Okay.
Maybe it was some kind of fib number. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Don't remember. I'll take out the lines that don't matter right now. So support at around 490 at the 100. Support right where we are at 504. So I like either of these places just for being the turnaround point. Very well could go down to the 100. Has the 100 played as support before for SPY? Not really. It seems
No.
to Seems to have ignored it in the past. Let's do the 3-year. I mean, yeah, that's 5-year. The 200 has been the main level here of support. The 100 on the 100-week looks like support. Let's see what 100 is on the 100-week. That's it, all the way down.
Try also the 444
444.
moving day average. Yes.
Oh, that's what Arjan likes.
Because when you do 4 weekly,
Yes.
then it becomes monthly.
Yeah.
So it's closer to the 50.
444 you want? 444. On the weekly, that's going way back.
Wait. 444. I don't think that's right. 444 months.
Or do you want 400, 400 on a week?
44 days.
No, it's weeks. Right now, it's weeks.
Make it yellow or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, no. That's ancient history.
Right. So make it say 1 year or 2 years.
So it'll be fit. You use the 50.
I don't even see where the yellow is.
It's all the way in the bottom.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense actually.
no.
Something's not right.
I'm on the daily now.
Yeah.
444 days. I don't even see where the yellow line is.
It's all the way in the bottom.
You see it? Oh,
On
yeah.
the right side. Yeah.
429. Makes sense. You're talking about 444 days ago. Makes sense. It's below the 200. Makes sense.
Did you do the fib on this graph?
You're making me work.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't come to work. I came to play.
We're trying to make sense. We're trying to make sense out of this.
I came to berry
I
season.
did the fib, but I don't remember. What was it? 490 something? I think it was 490.
This channel is definitely establishing itself, but you're right. If this is the beginning of the end,
All right, I'll do the fib. Kamal's making me work.
might as well you do the thing. Okay.
The low was down here. You're making me work, Kamal. I don't like that. Fibonacci. Retrace. Can't see which one is retrace.
Below it, just below it. Yep. No,
This one?
I cannot see it.
Yeah, I think that's it. The bottom.
Yeah.
I think I did. Did I do it already?
It's right there. Yep.
All right. So where's the 38.2 is at 480.
Wow.
That would be a significant retrace.
Correct.
It's certainly possible. It's also a key low from February 13th. It's possible it goes down that low. It's not impossible. No, it's not. They got the wrong. I think it stops before that at the 100.
I have to agree with that.
490 would be the absolute bottom, I think.
Okay.
It could be right now, the bottom. It certainly could be. I think a lot depends on the Middle East. If there's no If it looks calm overnight and there's no rumbling, maybe, maybe it takes 3, 4 days for the market to get over it, and we move up again. Bitcoin, I thought, would go up in a geopolitical crisis, but it didn't. Went down.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to
I
eat
thought the same exact
Ethereum
thing.
for some reason. Was that Kamal?
I thought the
think
same exact
Bitcoin
thing. I
would
thought
be
Bitcoin would go up when there's uncertainty.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. So the SPY's looking very weak. Bitcoin is looking quite weak too, but not as weak as the spiders. Not nearly as weak as the spiders. We got an excellent support at 60,000 or so. Excellent support, right in here.
Yep.
Right at that 60,800 level. Excellent. And then the fib number was around 50, 52, something like that. Plus, this looks like an area right in the middle of this green candle. I would draw that in. I like middle of candles. Right about here. 52.8. I like that area.
Yep.
So if it gets
A
below,
lot of people would be upset if it goes that low.
yeah, but a lot of people view it as a buying opportunity, be happy. I wouldn't be happy, but I'm not selling anymore. I sold half my MicroStrategy. As of today, I'm 50% less than my top amount. And I did add to IBIT throughout. Kept selling mstr and adding to IBIT. I'm losing on IBIT, but not as badly as I would have been if I stayed in mstr. So that's the story with that.
Yeah, mstr went down 10% today.
Yeah. And IBIT went down half as much, right? I think so.
Yeah.
So for for BTC, I'm looking for 60,700 to hold. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I expect. But if not, then I'm looking for this 52 and change thousand. And let's take a quick look for the hell of it at MicroStrategy. Look at IonQ, $77.5. Glad I dumped that one. MicroStrategy, it's better not go below that the low from 318. Is that 318? I can't read. Whatever. The low is 1230. We don't want to see that taken out. That would be bad. I think we're going to get a double bottom right there because it's also the 50-day. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. That's a lot of pain.
So 1250 area, 1230 area. I might actually reverse and start buying MicroStrategy. I might. Now, I'm not saying I will, but I'll give it some thought. If I do, I'll probably sell some IBIT, do the opposite. So, that's my thinking offhand. Sava was a big disappointment today. They canceled their warrants. They didn't cancel it, but They now expire in a month or so, something like that, or less. I don't remember. Sava. Two big candles, two big red candles in a row. Very yucky.
Certainly were.
It looks like it wants to retest the lows of $18.
Yeah, those are heavy, bad
Yeah.
red candles.
But I can't think of anything but bullish reasons for why they did that. Cancel the warrants. One, they probably don't expect they expect probably the price of the stock to move up much higher. Otherwise, they could have allowed for the warrants to be exercised and dilute the stock and pull money out. But they didn't want to do that because I think down the road they're playing it for the long game. At this point, the big shareholders, the board of directors. So I see them playing this for the long ball, the long haul, the long ball. They're looking for the home run. And they're willing to suffer short-term loss. There hasn't been any insider buying lately, which could mean that they're negotiating for a buyout or a partnership. That's possible as well. On a buyout, this is going for $100 a share at minimum.
Yeah.
More likely, though, is a partnership like with Roche or Pfizer.
Well, those guys got to enter into this market at some point.
Yeah. What better way than
You can have Biogen and Lilly be the only ones.
Yeah, terrific results. Say the I forget what they call it. The safety committee of the FDA gave it the green light. I think the bullshit about the CUNY is over. So now it's just waiting for the top line results, right, at the end of the year. I think I will be a buyer. I'm going to add at 18. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I will add.
This way I could average down to like 50.
Maybe even add a little right where it is. What do you think, Kamal? Have an opinion?
Yeah. For me, I'm pot committed, so I would.
Kamal, you have an opinion on Sava?
So,
Did we lose Kamal?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we did for a moment.
Yeah, he'll come back.
He's in an empty seat. We have somebody asking about Plug. We haven't talked about
We could look at
those guys in a long time.
what is Plug again? The hydrogen play?
Yeah.
Oh, let's look.
We talked about, back in the day when we were talking about, that battery. The other
Fuel
battery.
cell. I always think of fuel cell when I think of Plug. I don't know why. It looks like a fine entry point, right? It's come down slow.
It's got higher lows but lower highs. So
I like this. I like this juncture for entering because if it goes low, you just get out. You got very little to lose. You play it tight.
I mean, it does look like a bullish pennant.
Yeah, it does. It's consolidated off the highs of around $6. What was it? $5. It's consolidated, and it looks really, if it's going to go up, this looks like the time.
Right. All right. If
you could play it now, or you could buy half now, and half as it gets closer. If it gets closer to
right, if it goes up, or you buy the other half,
or down, if it gets closer to
right. If it goes down, you bail.
No, if it goes down to 250, you add a little more, and if it goes to 2, you bail.
Oh, well, all right. I mean, the thing is, for a stock like this, now that electric cars are not in the front line, you're really talking about getting in and saying, all right, file it and forget it.
They're not electric car, mate. They have nothing to do with electric cars, do they?
I thought plug was the alternative to that other one. That we
I think it's a hydrogen play.
Oh,
I don't remember. I haven't been in this one in 100 years. I think it's
well,
hydrogen.
if Delph wants to chime in, that would be fine.
I don't know. I just don't remember.
So do you want to look at for me?
It doesn't matter. From the chart alone, it looks interesting enough to play. You can get you get at least this high for like at least 425, let's say, on the upside, and you're out at 2. So I like the odds, it doesn't matter. I don't care what they do. $2 on the downside, you're out. Four and a quarter on the upside. You take your profits and you run. And then it doesn't matter what they do,
Right. That's true.
It doesn't matter what their business is. Just a gamble.
Right.
Of course, our opinion is strictly our own, not investment advice.
It is not investment advice. You don't want to listen to me anyway.
No, especially
all I do is complain about the money I'm losing.
Especially when we're talking about companies that we know zero about, other than
that's true too.
No.
All we're doing is looking at a chart and going, okay.
Just looking at it from the point of view of a gamble, does it pay to go to draw with 16 or not?
Right, exactly.
Depends on what the dealer has, right?
Depends what the dealer's showing. That's correct.
Yeah. So
you want to do a video for me?
Yeah, NVIDIA, absolutely.
Excuse me, buddy.
Pass you.
So I'm bullish Sava, more bullish than I was before Sava. I'm not really, but same bullishness. I think Sava is no reason to panic, just reason to add.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm pot committed, so I'm going to put more in.
My opinion,
Now this one here,
I drew the line in the absolute right place. You see, at the 50, at the support.
I've been waiting for it to go down to around 800, and it hasn't done it.
Well, maybe 830 is good enough. 840.
Maybe 830 is good enough. You're right.
Just wait a couple of days.
Right, exactly.
Maybe one day.
Well, it's not giving you signs just yet. It might be on another downturn anyway.
Get another down day tomorrow. Maybe you nibble a little NVIDIA,
Right.
Because they throw the baby out with the bathwater, right?
They certainly do, and this is definitely a baby.
Yeah.
Big one, big baby.
So, where'd they get that expression from? Do you know?
Well, I guess when people were bathing their kids in a bucket, and they didn't want to dump the whole bucket, you might as well pull the baby out before you dump the rest of the water.
I think actually the baby was the last one to get the bath, maybe, in the family. And then you throw the water out, right? So you don't want to throw the baby out.
I see. Don't forget the baby.
They probably didn't change the water too often.
Basically, it's trying to avoid an error, trying to avoid a mistake while you throw it.
Yeah. So I think it's something like that. But in any event, it's true. It's a very true saying. They throw the baby out with the bathwater.
You do.
So you can pick up stocks like this at a better price. And the same for SMCI and Apple and all of that.
Yeah, and I see your SMCI is around here also.
I'll look at, being that I'm looking at NVIDIA, I'll look at SMCI. There's nothing else to chart, right?
Well, nothing that you said, right? That one actually is looking very interesting. You got a nice pennant. That one you got a pennant for me.
It looks like a pretty long downtrend at this point.
Right, but if you go to,
Well, it's
yeah,
been bouncing at that level. You see how many hits, hits? Yeah, a little higher, just a little higher. Yeah, right there.
It's just an ugly looking channel that's forming now.
I have some of it, not a lot. I have some.
Ugly looking. I have some of this too. I think we all do.
I got rid of most of mine.
It's not looking pretty.
I know if the way you draw it, you're giving yourself a lot of downside potential. I wouldn't have drawn the channel that wide.
Yeah,
It doesn't look too pretty to me.
Actually, but that's come on, that's the right channel though. When you think about it,
it broke the
and then
50.
it goes right into where the gap is.
The 50 is not support anymore. It broke it.
yes, it did.
And I think Dr. J drew this channel the right spot.
Correct.
I think that over here, you could get a drop into below 700 on this one.
Wow.
It looks weak.
We'll wait and see.
692 might be a good entry point, or at the 100.
Right.
I think we're in for some more weakness in the market. So if so, this will go down with the rest of them, and there'll be some really good buying opportunities. Save a few bucks, keep a few bucks on the sidelines to come in later. That's what I'm doing. I'm only 50% in at this point.
Yeah, I got a fair amount of dry powder also because I've been very hesitant.
I've been doing a lot more selling than buying of late. And let's face it, the 5%, over 5% on the short-term treasury, it's very appealing. So I said, why am I gambling? I'll take the 5%.
Oh, that's right. The money markets, when you park the money, you make about that.
Yeah, I haven't been. I use money markets, but I also using the treasury.
I'm saying in terms of these brokerage accounts that we're in.
Yeah.
When you park the money, if you're doing it right, you should be getting at least 4%.
So it's hard, in the down market. I'm glad I'm somewhat on the sidelines. Besides,
Could you look at IWM for a second, because this one has been vexing me as well as you. I know, because now it's looking even more likely that getting in at 180 might be. I mean, or even 190 is possible.
looks awful.
Right, because we were like playing around between 205, between 200 and 210. We've been playing.
I think it's going to the 200.
You think it's going to make it that low?
Yeah, 189.
Of course, that's just your opinion, but
Of course, it could also stop at this swing low at 187.
yeah, the last time I got in was around 185, around there.
This is a good spot to stop below the two. That's below the 200, slightly. Looks
Yeah.
like either there or at the 200. One or the other. I think it looks like it's gone down. I mean, it's just it's got a god awful looking shot.
Yeah, the momentum is heading south.
God awful looking. I mean, Tom Lee says big rally in small caps. He's the guru of gurus as of late.
Yeah, but I'm sure he was doing that before Iran and Israel got into a war.
I think if you ask him, he'll still say he likes the small caps. They're very stubborn when they get that opinion. He says small caps place to be in 24. Maybe. Doesn't look it right now. Looks worse than SPY, doesn't it?
It does.
All right.
خد over كمان.
Now that we depressed everyone, maybe it's time to leave.
Both.
Oh, you don't want to end on a high note.
What's the high note?
I know. I'm trying to look for one.
I don't know of any.
Let's see. I'll look at my only stocks that are green, besides my VIX. Well, gold, obviously, GLD,
Gold might be a place to hide.
and Dermtech actually is the only one I'm holding that's up.
This might be a place to hide, you know?
I mean, look, it looks like it's still moderating, but we know that people have been looking to get into gold, especially if there's going to be some bad stuff hitting the fan.
Yeah, it might eke out 5%. But the thing is, you never make a killing with this.
No, you can't, especially now because we're so high. But
You eke out 5% and you say thank you.
the question is, could you park your money here while and do a little bit better than your money?
I'd rather park my money in a 3-month treasury.
Okay.
That's where I have a lot of money in these 3-month treasuries. I have a certain amount in actual cash that I can deploy any day I want, any minute that I want.
What are you getting on your 3 years, on your 3 months?
Over 5%.
Okay, that's good.
I think.
Yeah, right. Because the money now that I'm looking at it, the money market.
I think the last 3-month treasury I took was about 5.3. Something like that.
Not bad. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't get back into this until at most 210.
Yeah, I mean, chances are you're not going to do better than the treasury bill on gold, even though it's got a nice chart. It doesn't move like like Bitcoin up and down like a yo-yo.
Right, and this doesn't really reflect everybody buying physical gold from Costco.
No. All right, so no good ideas but to duck.
Right.
I don't say to buy puts because you never know, it could turn around tomorrow. So the best advice is bury your head in the sand, come back in a few months.
Sell in April and go away.
What do you think of that advice, Kamal?
No, probably a week. I'll just give it a week. This week is going to be unstable.
Give it a week.
Let's suppose that the market has been looking for an excuse. Now it's got one.
The Middle East, yeah. How about the Trump trials? Is that anything? Nothing.
No, they're still throwing motions at the guy.
They're picking jurors now.
I don't even know if they got that far.
That guy, with all due respect, he's got some really thick skin. I would run for the hills if it was me.
I think nobody cares about the trials. That's what I think. Nobody cares.
I think the country is polarized. Some people are like they already made up their mind.
It's pretty annoying that as a result of all of this, people are still like normalizing the fact that we're not supporting Ukraine anymore.
I'm going to speak for all three of us. What happened to the middle of the road centrist thinkers like we are? I think we're all basically set in the center somewhere, not extreme left, not extreme right. So, what happened to us? We're diminishing.
Nothing. We are like in the middle of the seesaw. We don't feel anything.
We're the diminishing majority.
Right.
It's sort of like the crush, like the middle class.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of the seesaw. We don't push in either direction.
There's very few in the middle that can reach out into politics and reach across the aisle and get work done. Congress is so divided, I don't ever remember it this bad.
No, me neither.
All right, we ended with a little politics. Adios amigos. Ciao.